AI ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೀತದೆ ಸರ್. So now do you still believe that we need to learn programming?
See, right now in this era of 2026, we have generative AI. So now, fast forward to today, you write something, you get the whole project done. Correct. If it's a small project, you get the whole project code.
Correct. I don't think generative AI is replacing cloud and DevOps by any means.
When computers came, people were against it, but actually it was a boon.
How did you get that spark to start something on your own?
They have come to us for help, okay, where the non-tech people are trying to build things using generative AI.
Okay.
So you can see that future is just this.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಟೆಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವೊಂದು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರನರ್ ಕಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶಜಾದ್ Maved. So he is the founder and director at Mindstack Technologies Private Limited. So without further ado, let's welcome him. Hi Shazad.
Hi.
How are you Shazad?
I'm fine, thank you.
ಸುಮಾರು ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯಿತು ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಿಗದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ ಕಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. ಫೈನ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ವಿಟೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ರಿಯಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್.
It's been a pleasure actually.
Nice. So we'll start with a normal cliche question, Shazad. Of course, you came to tech, right? So why did you come to tech at the first place? First of all, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಆದ್ರೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಷರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಯ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೌ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಟೆಕ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ 2026, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹವ್ ಡನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಅ ಡೆಕೇಡ್ ಅಗೋ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಯು ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ಟೆಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್?
Yeah, so like in my career, actually my college, graduation college, adu tumba mukhya ittu.
Correct.
So basically 2008 I got into the college.
Oh, nice.
So over there, how we used to get in back then was ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು, ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ we never used to ask what are we interested in.
Correct.
So always I used to feel, maybe right now if I look back, counseling of to understand your skills or what you would be good at, if they can understand that earlier, is way better. But anyways, nan lucky agite because when I joined computer science and engineering, I started liking and enjoying the course.
Okay.
So, and also honestly I believe that the course itself is designed like the VTU engineering course. People may have different views on it, but I feel if you be honest to what it is, right? For example, you have labs. So if you actually start enjoying it rather than taking it as a burden or thinking that it is tough,
too much.
So then it might not work out, but if you take it as a challenge and try to work around, and especially the projects.
Correct.
So those projects, I still remember I did most of it on our own, and the teammates that I had, we were coherent, that we will keep doing things on our own and will take help wherever required.
Correct. So doing things might really work
actually.
Yeah.
So that way adu nange confidence kottu that I can actually do things.
Correct.
So as I came out of college, I felt like I had that confidence that I could actually build things on my own. So I was placed in Infosys.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
The campus
place. Okay. But during that time avaga market ashtu stable irlilla.
So speaking about 2012.
2012. Okay. So we had a gap of a year or so. So during that gap I didn't want to waste my time.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I went to Bangalore, and there without much effort I got placed because I knew things already.
You were technically sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that helped me to get into a startup job.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, and
then the journey continued.
Yeah.
Okay, just on a curious note, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, what was the first programming language you learned? Since I am a developer myself, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ just ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು.
See, obviously first programming language was in my syllabus, that was C.
Of course.
So and that during that the labs were very tough, right? And that used to, because all from different branches used to also keep complaining that it's a gritty subject or something, the lab. So but back then I was grateful that we had a good lecturer who taught taught us good basic programming, and also my elder brother also guided me very well, because he was already pursuing computer science engineering.
Nice.
So that way, I actually still remember that I scored 49 out of 50 in that lab.
Oh, nice. CPP lab, right?
No, CPP lab, actually. And then post that, PHP was the first thing, that something I built.
From scratch.
Yeah, from scratch. And also prior that, we had a mini project. That time graphics was syllabus. So in graphics also, I think me and another friend, we built a game. Like totally from a lab program, we kept evolving that program to do a parking lot game. So that, like, those might be something which I wouldn't forget till now. It's been like more than a decade, but that sense of accomplishment is still with me. I feel proud of it, and that was a stepping stone. And like I said before, the college itself gives you those opportunities to explore. If you be honest and truthful and be positive about it, then you can achieve it.
Awesome. I think ತುಂಬಾ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, and that is what most of us want also. ಸರಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಎನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರನರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರನರ್ಶಿಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು ಟೆಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರನರ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣ, ರೈಟ್? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ to start something on your own, and how, please explain that process?
Yeah, like I said before, like I had joined a startup.
Correct.
Though I had placements in Infosys because of the gap, but that was very phenomenal in my career, because as a fresher, they saw my capabilities. They put me in probation for 1 month as I joined.
Correct.
They checked out that I can do it, and immediately took me and just dumped me into one project.
Oh, nice.
Where I had to, talk with all the stakeholders, and it was a huge client back then. It was for UB City that we were revamping their HR portal. So avaga I had to interact with many seniors from their team, and also lead that integration, the UI change that we were doing. And so from that, for almost a year I worked there, and I had that kind of a good vibe, and one feel that okay, I've done something and it's being used by the people.
Correct.
That's what I'm not able to explain that feeling.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So I used to enjoy that. Okay. Then because of parental pressure and everything, they told okay, join Infosys. Okay. So then I joined Infosys when the
so illinda startup inda puna ನೀವು Infosys join ಆದ್ರಿ.
So I was waiting for the date, but there again we were trained in SAP ABAP. In Mysore, very good campus.
Beautiful. I've been there.
Yeah, and it was a really nice experience down there. But then I got shifted to Mangalore. So that also was very important, because I could actually interact with my partner. And we were collaborating since college days. He was my project mate as well. And also, as I was coming in, as I had worked on in Infosys, I used to come back home and work on some other projects also, like guide my old team from Bangalore. So there I had helped them build back then there was something called Internet.org, Facebook's initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, so for them I built a project called Social Blood. So I was responsible for the back end. And also there in Infosys, what had happened was they retrained me into SAP FICO consultant, as a support consultant, and which was more of an MBA's job. So I was more interested in things that I was actually doing outside,
outside your work.
This thing. So that's where, and also my partner had a situation where his team was shifted to Poland from his previous company. So he could have easily got another job, but he chose to do freelancing and explore.
Correct.
Yeah, so in that time we used to collaborate, and then we felt that let's do startup.
Right minded peoples ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು?
ಈಗ 11 years.
ಆಸಮ್. ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ನೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅವೇ ಫಾರ್ ಮೈ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅವರ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಈಗ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ Microdegree is something which I was very passionate about, teaching people and that's how we are sitting today here. Nice. Thank you so much. Beautifully explained your journey. Fine. So ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸುಮಾರು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅ ಟೆಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಬೀಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಪ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್? ಬಿ ಇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂದನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂದ, ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಶಜಾದ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೆಮ್?
Yeah, so considering freshers in mind, see, what we actually look into it is like even now in this era as well, like when the generative AI and all has come, even then we look at their basics.
Correct.
Very important. So because they have done a professional course in whatever they have done, and they have come for that particular position.
Correct.
So we check their, for example, programming, it becomes easy, right, to relate. So there we check whether they can solve basic programs or not, because that's something that we expect, because it's from the curriculum and everything. And also we try to see whether they have put an effort to learn something on themselves, because this is a very evolving
tricky kind of a situation too.
And also it's an evolving field.
Correct.
So you need to have that grit to learn by yourself and self-learn, and also take help if you can't if you can't yourself learn. Take help from
various AI tools nowadays.
AI tools and everything. So and also we check their portfolio if they have built something. That becomes very easy for us.
Correct.
And we check their basic concepts, but main emphasis is on their basics should be strong.
When I ask, if I can ask that, what do you exactly mean by basics? So most of the tech interview, they say that you should be knowing the basics. So if I could ask you, what basics are you really looking for?
See, for example, I see the resume. Resume is my book to ask them questions.
Correct.
So they should be very careful what they put in. And I'll ask, for example, if they write Java, oops, they know. And Java, they know. I'll ask them about oops.
Correct.
So that is the basics of
because Java is an object-oriented programming.
And also then if they, like irrespective of any language, they should be able to solve at least very, very simple reasoning questions. Be it aptitude or be it programs. So find the largest number. We start with that level and we go till a level to see till where he can solve it or he or she can solve it. So anything that they write on their resume, the basic stuff, or if they write they know SQL, so we give them queries and not so tough depending on their experience, or if they are a fresher, we give them very basic things to solve.
Awesome. So basically you check how good are they in terms of the data structures and the algorithmic thinking, the logical thinking part.
Or if it's a BA, see, we have SDLC in our whole life cycle, right? Of how we build software. So there are different stages, and we would hire different people for different stages. For example, requirement gathering. So there we would need a BA. So we would understand if she can actually talk well. Communication is good. We have what is that? Development, right? So and design is there. So designing, it's a different UI UX. So we see their artistic skills and thought process and
the designing thinking,
basically that. And then for development we test them like this, and then we have QA. So we check whether they know the basics of the whole process of how they testing whether they can write things,
test cases.
Test cases. And then we have DevOps. So whether they know the Unix,
Linux commands,
Linux commands, and they know how things,
how the environments works, the production environment, staging environment.
All those basic things we ask, for freshers, and based on others, we check their projects and then talk in deep detail to them.
Awesome. I think it's a very clear, concise way of understanding people's etiquette and then probably hiring them. ತುಂಬ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪುನಃ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸಿಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಎಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್, ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ Mindstack, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೇ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಟು. ನೈಸ್, ಗುಡ್. Right now we are in 2026, Shazad. If in case ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಹೈರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, ರೈಟ್, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟುಡೇ, ಏನು ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು? Technical skills.
Again, going with the person that I'm trying to hire. If he is a fresher, like I said, his basics should be good. See, right now in this era of 2026, we have generative AI. So generative AI is nothing but it's a system which generates things.
Content.
Yeah, it can generate content with reasoning, and also it can generate code. So to put it in a very, very simple words, so you come in and you tell the LLM to generate a blog. So the blog, when it's generating, it will generate certain things on the topic that you have given. But you as a person, you know the language. If you have told it to generate it in Kannada or English, you would know the language, right?
Correct.
You will be able to understand what it has actually generated.
Correct.
You will be able to verify it.
Correct.
You have the command.
Correct.
You're using that as a tool. You're not sitting on its mercy, it
Correct.
is something that
Exactly.
I go and publish it. No.
Exactly.
So same way it comes with programming. So a person, if he's a fresher, we wouldn't say him that you have to go jump right into the LLM or start using AI tools. We would rather tell him, learn your basics, get the command on the system. It'll be like a chimpanzee having a machine gun, right? Like it's a very powerful tool, and if it's wrongly used, it can be disastrous.
Correct.
So they need to make themselves capable of using that efficient tool.
Correct.
So you come in and you should be able to understand what it has generated. You should be able to rectify it or tell it how to rectify it.
Correct.
So then you'll be able to use it efficiently. So with the fresher, again, I wouldn't see that what he has generated. We would see how he has generated.
Correct.
I mean, or done the projects, or how we'll be checking his basics, whether he'll be able to use those tools properly. So basically, it would be and then for an experienced person, we would actually want him to adapt and use these generative tools, because it is helping me to be efficient.
Okay.
Because I might take 2 hours to write one snippet or a code. Rather, I can tell it to do it, and I can see whether it has done it as per what I want, and change it accordingly, or tell it to change it accordingly. I'll be under control, and I'll be using it as a tool.
Nice.
So that's the perspective that should be.
Nice. So Mindstack we use the help of generative AI?
Yes. So we have a very lean team, and with generative AI, it has become a blessing for us.
Okay.
So because since I told it's a lean team, it is a stressful job for a small team to handle a lot of work, right? With this, it is easier.
The productivity is increasing.
Productivity will increase.
Okay.
So that way we'll be able to deliver faster. We'll be able to maintain quality also now.
The deadlines are met faster.
Yeah. So that way we'll be able to do things little faster and efficiently. It's what I believe. And also there is my partner Arun is exploring on certain things to automate our processes also. So we are thinking to analyze the requirements, to break the requirements into smaller tasks. So that used to be a manual thing. So now the BA can actually create BRDs and put it into this system, and then there's something called Claude. Yeah. So using that, we'll be able to break systems and requirements into smaller tasks, and obviously they'll have to understand whether they've done it properly or not, and all that. So that way we are trying to get it into our process also.
Nice. So basically building agents.
Agents. Exactly.
Nice, awesome. I think wealth of information ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಸೊ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆವಾಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ Mindstack ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ, ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ IT ಫರ್ಮ್? ಈಗ IT ಫರ್ಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಈಗ ಐ ರೇರ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ವರ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಯಾರು ಒಂದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವರ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕಾಣಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ಅ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ somewhere in US or somewhere where we pull through CDNs and stuff. So your thoughts on cloud and DevOps and how it will revolutionize probably in the next 5 to 6 years at this generative AI era also. I don't think generative AI is replacing cloud and DevOps by any means.
It
because
is highly dependent.
Dependent on that, because I believe the AI content what is generated right now can't design a system, right? So I want you to talk more about that, so that I think there are many people who comments and asks to me cloud and DevOps ಈಗಲೂ opportunities and options ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ your words, since you use it on a daily basis, you have seen that from the development stage to the staging environment and probably in the production, of course. So ಆ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಿ ನೋಡಿರುವ ಕಾರಣ I think it would be extremely good if you could let us know about that.
See, talking about the journey, see, when Web 1.0 was there, it was just we had very less internet power. Correct. And the servers were just storage and which were serving physical pages, like static pages.
Correct.
And then Web 2.0 came with the rise in internet usage, and the computation power also increased.
Correct.
And the storage also became compact, and we could and it became affordable, right? So with Web 2.0 we had dynamic websites, as you could see, like Facebook and Google also, and a lot of things where a lot of dynamism was there rather than just static information.
Correct.
And also you would as you must have also seen, a lot of desktop softwares started vanishing, and you could actually get that same software over the web browser because of the computation power and the internet
speed,
that we have got. So, and now you have generative AI. Okay, so generative AI, we cannot run that in our local computers so easily.
You have all LLMs though, Olam or something, but it's all dependent on net.
Exactly, those are 8 billion or
tokens are
very less, and they are not so efficient. So for hosting that, you would know how much computation power you need and how much GPU you need. So obviously it's just nothing but the cloud itself with GPU as an offering. Correct. And now if you see our in this last tax budget, our government has allowed tax free till 2040.
That's 2040.
Some year like till the future. So for companies to come and set up cloud infra here, data centers here.
Correct.
So you can see that future is just this.
Correct.
So we have a lot of everything happening, and also now you have state of the art one click PaaS system, platform as a service, like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and many more. So with that self-managed systems, many banking, we have Access Pension Fund as our client. So we were maintaining one of their portals. So we had to go through that process of, they had on-premise system like you told, then they migrated to AWS. So they're all going towards cloud. Even on-premise is also nothing but a cloud concept itself.
Correct.
You need to have the same skills to work in AWS, or you have to maintain your own data
physical server.
In physical server inside. So they've just shifted to that cloud. So basically the era and the future also, the government also is supporting because the future is what they have seen is a lot of data centers are going to come in, because we need a lot of data to be hosted and we have those models to be served because of this generative
models to be trained.
A lot of infra is needed.
Correct.
So this is a lot a bright future there.
Awesome. I think since you touched based on that, I would like to say that I think all these LLMs or any models, if they have to run, they have to stick to cloud. So I don't believe they are going to replace cloud or DevOps engineers by any means, or it might amplify them. I think that would be a better word. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೆಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಹೊರತು ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೂ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ ದ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್, ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಬಿಲ್ಟ್. ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನಾಳೆ ಕುಬರ್ನೆಟಿಸ್ ಬದಲು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೂಲ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಡೆವಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದ್ರಿಂದನೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ದೇರ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೇ. ನೆವರ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಲಿನಕ್ಸ್. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೂಲ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದೇ ಹೊರತು ಇದನ್ನು ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ದೇರ್. ಗುಡ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇದೊಂದು ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಈಗ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸುಮಾರು ಲೇ ಆಫ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಶಜಾದ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಮೆಝಾನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರನ್ನು ಲೇ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, TCS ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರನ್ನು ಲೇ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಟೋಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರನ್ನು ಲೇ ಆಫ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಬೆಂಚಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಬೆಂಚಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗ್ಲಿಂಗ್. ನನಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಶಜಾದ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಂಚಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಏನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಫರ್ದರ್ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನನಗೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಸೆಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸರ್ AI ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೀತದೆ ಅಂತೆ ಸರ್, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಡೂ ಯು ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ಈ ಬೆಂಚಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತವರು ಕೇಳುದು ಒಂದೇ, ಫರ್ದರ್ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವವರು ಕೇಳುದು ಒಂದೇ, ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನೀವೊಂದು, since you only told, or we all know that we are living in this AI related ಎಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು era ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. era started already, or bubble what we call. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸೆಟ್ is same. What should I do next? Should I learn development or no ಅಂತ ಇರುವಾಗ, what would be your road map for such kind of people? Because this is happening hugely. I have to tell, ನಮಗೆ probably ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೋಗುವಾಗ, ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಡು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ನಾನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸಿಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ವಾಕಿನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಶಜಾದ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು, that would add a lot of value. So just give them a proper road map, how to get over it.
See, there's no denial that we use, I told you, we also use LLM because it's a tool to be efficient.
Correct.
But to use that, again, you need to have the skills at this current till what we have reached as a race on AI, it's on its capabilities. We still need to have the basic knowledges so that we can use the tool properly. Because there are so many people where non-tech, we have seen, they have come to us for help, okay, where the non-tech people are trying to build things using generative AI.
Okay.
They are doing a job to an extent, but after a while they're not able to take it to the next level, or even deploy it, or maybe they're stuck somewhere and even the AI is not able to help them. That's why your experience or your thought process will help, because I told you, you need to be in command.
Correct.
Not be at the mercy of the LLM.
Correct.
Generate something and that's what it is, right? Correct. So considering the capabilities of AI at this current point in time, I again repeat that we have to learn and have a mindset of being a lead, like how the tech lead is right now. He knows a lot of things, right?
Correct.
But to get to being a tech lead, you need to climb up this ladder itself of learning things, but you'll have to be a little fast is what I would say. To understand and learn a lot of things so that you will be able to manage whatever the content or the code that the generative AI is generating, so that you'll be in command. So you should have that architectural mindset to use these things efficiently. So for that, there's no shortcut. You need to have the experience, you need to build things on your own. So I would say, for example, when we had in 2015 or something, we were using Ruby on Rails. So in Ruby on Rails, there were certain commands to create scaffolds. So what it used to do, it used to create create, read, update, delete
CRUD
APIs.
operation.
Yeah, CRUD operations it used to create. So I used to just, I mean, when we were learning that, the tutors back then through blogs or through
Some YouTube
videos. So back then what they used to say is avoid using that, because as a student you will not know what it has generated.
Correct. Write it manually.
Yeah, write it manually, get the command.
Correct.
So now fast forward to today, you write something, you get the whole project done.
Correct.
Like if it's a small project, you get the whole project code done.
Correct.
So consider it would be how much sinful. Just writing a small command was prohibited for us as students when you're learning something.
Correct.
So now also I would say go through the traditional way of learning things. Try to do everything on your own as a student, and then use tools later on. Obviously it would be stupidity to not use tools when you have it, but you should be capable to use it efficiently and with command.
Awesome. So adding on to you, I would say ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೇನೆ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ, since most of the people ask me, I want you to think not from the developer's perspective, from a software engineering perspective.
Correct.
Developer perspective is, ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೋಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ Shazad, it was only Stack Overflow. That was a god for us. ಎಂತ ಇದ್ರು Stack Overflow ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. I think the business and everything has reduced for Stack Overflow over. It is very sad, very saddened ವಿಷಯ ಅದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಿರುವಂತ ವಿಷಯ. ಸೊ Stack Overflow ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ವಿ ಡೂ ಗೆಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಸ್ನಿಪ್ಪೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಜನರೇಟಿವ್ ಎ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಕೋಡ್ ಸ್ನಿಪ್ಪೆಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವ್ ಎಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಗಂತ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಎನಿವನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವೇ ದಟ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಆ ಕೋಡ್ ಹೇಗೆ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು, ಆ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ರನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರಿಬೇಡಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅದು ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಓವರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಎಂತ ಕ್ವೆರಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಎಂಜಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಕ್ವೆರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕೋಡ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಆ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ಲೈನ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್. We have to engineer things rather than copy paste the code or review the code or whatever it may be. Production ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರರ್ ಬರೋದು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಇವತ್ತಿರೋದಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಗಿಂತ ಬಂದಿರೋದೆ. ನಾನು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. is a tagline which we used over the years and it will still continue irrespective of what AI comes and dominates. Right? Awesome thoughts on this. I think we had a fantastic discussion, Shazad. This is for the people, right? And this is for Mindstack also. Currently any hirings in Mindstack, if in case ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು hirings ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, what technologies do you actually work with, and what are the skill sets you are looking for, so that we can have, our audience can come and apply. We will be providing the link in the description if anything, if you guys are willing. And another ತೆಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ I think feel free. I think audience can come and join.
So our main tech stack is Nest.js for the backend, which is, if you know Node also, it's good enough. Nest just adds a layer to it and adds more convention to it. And then for front end we have React.
Of course.
So that's been since for a long time.
10 years I believe.
10 years. Which is hardly to be seen, right? Like most of the technologies gets dropped off, like Angular, what happened back then. But and then we do have BA roles, and then for designing we kind of work with some collaborators. So this is what we have as a tech stack, and Flutter for mobile.
Okay. So basically JavaScript ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. That's the ultimate thing. So Mindstack ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ JavaScript is the go to language, and mobile application development ಗೆ Flutter, Dart ಎಂಬ programming language ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. So that is what they are working in. So final thoughts, Shazad, if you want to talk anything about apart from this, or want to how is tech probably in 2030 adra ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು just giving you one more pill to just
the thing is things are unimaginably changing. Especially the first time, actually we have another company called Rakebots.
Oh, is it?
So before even this LLM came, we were trying to build we had actually built a platform using intent classification and old way of chatbots. Yeah. So we know that how tough it is to make that run, and it was failing in most of the use cases. We had to actually step back and have a fallback for it, for people to have a guided path. And we used to keep AI just to think of as many use cases we can and train it accordingly and hope that it works. But when LLM came in, it was like we couldn't believe the way it is performing, right? Like it was literally talking to another human, and it had all like vast knowledge that it had, and the whole landscape changed. And so the thing is, in 2030 you never know what's going to happen. That what we are anticipating is mainly the cloud right now to run LLMs locally is becoming really tough. So maybe the cost to have a GPU and all the infrastructure part might reduce. And once that happens, it would be a boom. Like, because as you see, I told you about Web 1.0, there were certain infrastructural issues. Deficit. Like we didn't have internet properly. Even the computation was very costly, and so now if you see, the same trend might even apply here. Things might literally change, and a lot of things might become more intelligent, like all your devices and a lot of things.
So more opportunities or less opportunities?
See, actually when this LLM came, there had been widespread news that things are going to go bad. But there was one statement by Narayan Murthy. He had, because he's a veteran, he had also told that when computers came, people were against it, but actually it was a boon. So he told, this is a good thing, you need to use it for your benefit. For your benefit. So there would be more opportunities.
Awesome. I think wonderful note to end with. I think positivity ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ರಿ ನೀವು finally. I think I think the society is going that way of thinking very negatively about these LLMs and generative AI. So with that note, thank you so much, Shazad, for featuring in our podcast series. I understand ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. It's all fine. But more than ನೀವು ಎಂತ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ನೀವು ಎಂತ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರಿ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ 2012 ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಜರ್ನಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನೀವೊಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 10 yearsಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫೀಚರಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಅರುಣ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ Mindstack ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅಹೆಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಎಸ್.